Hello again, Michael Friedberg here from beautiful North Carolina. Today is another shave using products from the Pass Around box. I might be nearing the end. I think I may have two more to do after this. Today's set of products is going to be actually not the Razor Rock type buns. It's just the container that I've moved this soap into. It is a new old stock soap that we don't really know what it is. It's been put in there by one of the members that's participating in the Pass Around. No idea what it is. You know, it might be an old puck of a Yardley or something like that. I don't know. It's from probably from the 40s. Never been used. Likely a tallow-based soap. So I'm going to give that a try today. This has probably never been used really ever by anybody. So that'll be a trial run. I'm going to be using a razor I've never used. It is the Rotbart. It is an aluminum-handled razor. It is surprisingly heavy. There's a lot of weight in the head. What the handle lacks in length, it more than makes up for in girth. And it's a two-piece razor. Just unscrew the bottom, it comes off, and it does use this this interesting bar style for holding the blade in there. I think that does help, generally speaking, with blade alignment. This seems to be an older style design that, in fact, for some razors is making a bit of a comeback. Today's blade, which I will load in just a moment, is going to be in Iridium Super. So let me go ahead and get the blade loaded. Start lathering in just a moment. Just take off the cap. Let's go and just position the blade in there. And then just assemble the razor. Yeah, this should be, there's no issues about having to hold the cap. You can just tighten the bottom. And that looks quite good. I have no idea if this is an aggressive shave or a mild shave or easy shave or comfortable shave. I have no idea. I've never used this razor before. I can't find that much information about them. I know that they were purchased by Gillette in the late 20s, I believe, and that they continue to produce many of the original Rotbart designs, but I have no idea what year that's from. Could be the early 50s. Okay, my face is wet. I'm going to be using the Sumogue Owners Club today, the boar brush. See what that does for us with this puck of hard soap. Now, before I put this back in the pass around box, what I'll do is, just in case people are curious, I'm going to take it out of this little container, let it fully air dry, and then put it back in. It came actually in a kind of a very large plastic, like an old soup container kind of thing. There's just not enough room in the pass around box to continue using a container that size. So I've simply put in one of the leftovers I have, which is a tight bun soap that I used up. All right, well, it's definitely lathering. A little bit foamy. All right, of course the soap is moving around quite a bit inside the container, but I'm not really worried about that. All right. Well, I have some loaded. Let's go ahead and see what kind of lather we can get out of it. If we need to go back and load some more, 100% gonna do that. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that is a strangely familiar scent, honestly. Wow, that could even be one of the Aramis ones. Like a vintage Aramis puck, maybe? I don't know. Oh, it's certainly lathering pretty easily. Definitely needs more water. I mean, honestly, what lather doesn't? Again, just for purposes of keeping the video short, this will be a two-pass shave. Yeah, I'm going to say a little more water. Feels pretty good on the face. Not really completely slick enough yet, though. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, I think I've got two more product sets to go through, and then the pass around box will move on to the next person. I've definitely put a couple of items in there. I haven't taken anything out other than a small sample of the Pré de Provence and a piece of the Katie's Bubbles. Unfortunately, the Fougère Sauvage, which is Smelled fantastic. I couldn't use, but no worries. All right, let's give this a Rotbart a try. Now, I've actually had some questions recently about new wet shavers trying to find the angle again for how to actually get the razor at the right angle. So I'm just going to use my normal technique. I know there's two different ways to go. The first starts off with moving the head like this until the blade touches your skin. But I often find that as a new wet shaver, you don't really know what that feels like when the blade touches your skin. So I'm going to start in the opposite direction, which is the technique I use, which is with the razor basically held vertical, with the safety bar touching your face first, and then just gently moving the bottom of the handle out until I can both feel and hear. All right, so let me do that. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you can definitely feel a bit of the blade. This is, again, about 36 hours worth of growth. Yeah, I think if you had to use the old school method, you might say this feels aggressive, but yeah, you can feel the blade. So on the comfort scale, at least for me, I know that on my preferences, that is not what I'm looking for, but this is also shaving very easily. I'd say mid-range on the comfort. Not bad, not bad at all. Short handles not really posing a problem. For some of these shorter ones, what ends up happening for me at least is that my pinky rests on the bottom. You actually get quite a bit of control out of it. The handles where I don't do quite as well are the thick and overly heavy, and that's not for me either. Yeah, so far the soap is doing really well. Whoever you are, no name soap. All right, let's rinse off and get a feel for slickness and just how close that first pass was. I may have to reload a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, actually slickness is pretty good. Also goes to show that, you buy a lot of these soaps or you hold on to them. Softer soaps obviously are not going to last maybe quite as long unless you were to continue to dry them. But you get a hard puck of soap, store it properly. Might lose some of its scent, but in terms of its actual lathering ability, slickness, protectiveness, no, still working very well. If this is a soap from the 40s, you're talking about 70-year-old soap. It's not too shabby. Yeah, I'm going to load a little bit more. I have to sort of break through the crust of this a little bit. So that is another thing for new wet shavers, certainly. If you are brand new to wet shaving and also brand new to building lather, and your first soap is a hard puck of soap, and you also are using a brand new bar brush that is not yet broken in, or that for whatever reason they do seem to struggle early on building a lather, that always seems like a bit of a recipe for disaster. And on top of that, a lot of people pick a sandalwood soap, and that is on top of everything else a scent or an ingredient that a lot of people react to poorly. So then you have a new wet shaver with a brand new brush, not broken in, who's not familiar with how to build a lather, using a hard puck of soap, which is harder to get right. And on top of that, picked as his or her first scent, famous sandalwood. Sometimes it just does not end well. All right, second and final pass. This is going to be across the grain. That first pass took a lot off, gauging by the feedback here. Given the blade feel in the face, though, this is not a razor I would just start buffing with a wild abandon. Definitely want to take a bit of care here. Yeah, that soap is performing very nicely. No issues. Head design does make it very easy to get into those tight spots. I really do appreciate that. That's very, very easy to use. All right, let's go mostly across. I did have one of those shaves the other day. Blade on its third use. Only did 2 passes before I went into work, a little short on time. At the time, shave seemed absolutely fine. Good, smooth shave, easy shave, face looked great. No issue applying the aftershave, skin felt good. An hour later at work, I'm touching my face and it's like I haven't shaved at all. I don't absolutely know, and I have no idea what happened there. Shave felt great when I was done. But you know what? It just hadn't worked at all. Yeah, I mean, residual slickness on the soap is pretty good, actually. When the lather is completely gone, it's dry as it should be. Wet it again. Yeah, really, definitely still there. Well, hope I still work that well when I'm over 70. All right. Well, 2 passes with that razor. Yeah, of course I could do another pass against the grain. Really get this completely cleaned up, but I'm not going to bother for today. Just keep this video short a little bit. Yeah, efficiency on that razor, that's up there. Comfort-wise, for me, a little too much sort of bare naked blade feel on the skin would not be my my first choice, but it did shave very easily. No issue with the handle length. The width or the girth of it really does make that very easy to use and to hold. It doesn't feel poorly balanced. Like it doesn't feel like the head is somehow over tipping and it's hard to hold when you're holding it at a slight angle. It feels like you have a good amount of weight in the hand, and you know, simple to use. All right, now we're gonna go from the No Name soap and the Rotbart razor to the DR Harris. This is after shaving milk. Now, I have so far in this series not had the best of luck with these milks, so let's see what we get here. Like I've said in a previous video, this particular texture is not my favorite. In fact, I'm going to just give this a little shake, and let's see what we get here. I'm going to try to use a little less than I did with the Pro Razor. Oh, okay, that might well be plenty. This is another very thin. All right. No, I don't know what it is. There's something about that underlying skin cream scent in the, whatever is this, the scent is that's been applied to this. Oh, no. Oh, well, Okay, let's try to separate the performance of the aftershave, the milk, before we go on to the actual performance with the scent. No, that is, no, sorry. Lovely stuff. And if it works for you, fantastic. I'm just gonna go and say, put a positive spin on it, more for you. Oh, no, that's another no can do. I mean, people love D.R. Harris. I'm sure the product itself is fine, but so far I think I'm 2 out of 2 or maybe 3 out of 3 on those milks. Just not the style product for me at all. Other than that though, I mean, it definitely feels good on the skin. Skin feels fine. That's a good close shave. All right, let's try to recap again. So today, using a Rotbart aluminum handled 2-piece razor with a iridium super in there. This is certainly high on the efficiency scale in terms of comfort, maybe mid-range. Definitely feel some blade on the face. Lathered up what, I'm sorry, may have looked like tight buns, but in fact is a unknown or no name, new old stock heart pucker soap from the 40s. Worked great, easy to lather, even though it's obviously been sitting, never been used in the 70 plus years. Lathered up with the Samog Cherry Owners Club boar brush, and then capping it off like a pro with the D.R. Harris after shaving milk. Feels good on the face, certainly works well in terms of the skincare, but once again, milk, whatever the underlying scent is for those, just simply not for me. If it works great for you, power to you. This is not the product I would continue to keep using. So thank you all once again for watching. If you're interested in leaving a comment or feedback, please do so against the video. And once again, until next time, goodbye.